when we do discovery, right, we want to use open-ended questions that get people talking, right?
Yep.
What's the best way to ask an open-ended question? Is to use the 6, interrogatives, right?
Yep.
What, how, when, where, right?
Yep.
The one we need to be careful of is why, because sometimes a question that begins with why can be interpreted as accusatory.
Attack. Yep.
Accusatory, exactly. So again, we'll take this scenario. I've got sort of a model now that I'm teaching people on how to have difficult conversations, right? And it's 3 words: expectations, observations, interpretations, right?
Yep.
This was my expectation. Let's take your case, for example, right? My expectation is that we would have gotten in touch with the customer at this point.
Yep.
So before I go any further, are my expectations wrong? Do I need to reset my expectations, or is that a reasonable expectation for me to have, right? And now we can have a discussion, not about what he has done or hasn't done, but about my expectations, right? Oh, if my expectations are wrong, right, then let's discuss that. And if I disagree, then let's have a disagreement on that, right? Now we're through the expectation part. Here's my observation. Well, if my expectation is right, my observation is that we haven't contacted am I correct? We haven't contacted. Is my observation correct, right? And then the third is, well, then I'm inclined to interpret it as this. Is that the right way for me? Is my interpretation correct? Is that the right way to interpret that? Because again, if so, I don't want to, I'm not accusing, right? I'm just trying to understand, because at the end of the day, we need to move this thing along, right? Do you see how that completely changes the temperature of the conversation, Ramsey?
Yeah, but here's the first thing that popped in my mind. Like when you think about it, yes, I agree with you. But the first thought that popped into my mind is, I don't want to walk on eggshells while talking to my SE.
Absolutely not.
If I want to ask him why, he should be able to handle it because he's a grown man, right? How would we kind of get over that hump and try to implement what you were saying?
This is funny now. This is becoming a bit of a consulting conversation, which I love. So I'm going to share with you what I might share with a customer, or what I might share with like a prospect. You have competing principles at play right now. One of your principles is, I don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells around or with my sales engineer, right? That's one of your principles. Yep. Another one of your principles is, you want to affect a change. You want to see a different behavior, right? And being direct like that, right, which addresses the first principle of, I don't want to feel like I have to walk on eggshells, right?
Yep.
Isn't satisfying the second principle, right, or need, which is to affect change. The decision's yours.
Yeah.
Right? How are you going to prioritize those 2 principles? Are you going to prioritize, I don't want to have to walk on eggshells? Then continue to do what you're doing, and you may or may not get the results you want.